Boom! Hello and welcome to the Executive Protection Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Byron Rodgers. This podcast is dedicated to the executive protection practitioner, the private security professional. In this podcast, we're going to talk about the mental, emotional, psychological, physiological fitness that goes into being an efficient and effective executive protection agent. Whether you're in law enforcement, whether you're a mom that's looking at how to protect her children, or a father that's focused on how to protect his family, I believe this podcast has something for all of you. We might even get into some tales from the crypts of true Hollywood stories from time to time. I'm doing this podcast because I feel the reality of this job is simple. If you really want to be good at executive protection, it's more than just a job. It really is a lifestyle. And those of you who've been in the game for any serious amount of time, you already know what I'm saying is true. So if that sounds interesting to you, enjoy the show. Out. Boom. Hey, what's going on, guys? Byron Rodgers here. I've got my main man, Alex from Itinerary. Welcome.
Hey, Byron. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know, right? We're looking all over the place. But anyways, it's an honor to have you, bro. I'm thinking, all right, so here, this is how we're going to break this out. We got some new technology we want to show you. It's going to be a straight level up to a lot of guys that are out in the game that are working with a lot of stuff. I don't think a lot of us realize how much better we can have it, just because naturally we do what we can with what we have. It's like it's in us. But with what we're about to break out, this is a straight up game changer. It is mission essential equipment. The only reason you don't know the only reason you don't realize how much of a mission essential piece of equipment this is because you don't have it yet. That's kind of how this is, man. Once you get into this world and you start to play with this gear, I don't know, it's just a game changer. So without any further ado, my main man Alex from in here, welcome once again. What are we rolling out here today?
Well, we're just going to talk about the Stealth 360 earpiece, and a little bit later, we're going to bring out the new 260.
The new 260. All right. You guys have been seeing on some social media platforms that I've been kind of playing around, and there's been some pictures of me doing some stuff that Alex has been helping me with regards to some new surveillance kits. They're ultra low pro. There's a number of different pros to them that are going to beat the trash out of the old school pig curly tail thingy. But before we get into all the gear, I want everyone to know kind of who you are, what you're all about, brother. You know, the infamous question: you can't have a conversation in EP without what's your background?
What's your background?
What's your background? Right.
So,
So yeah, man, where'd it all start for you, bro?
Yeah, well, I'll try not to make it too long here. I'm originally from Copenhagen, Denmark, in Europe, Scandinavia. I did security out there. I worked for a film company. It's on a contract base, driving actors to and from sets.
Yeah.
But, contract jobs, they don't last forever, right?
No, feast and famine,
dude. So I decided to take the big move when I was 21, 21, back in 2005. And packed up my stuff and moved out here in a pursuit for an executive protection career.
That's what's up.
Yeah, had to do all the little security jobs first and stuff like that to get all my feel for the culture and all that stuff.
Get your stripes.
Right, exactly. my guard card and all that other good stuff. And then in 2008, I got onto a residential detail in Southern California. Was there for about 2.5 years before I put in for an executive protection specialist slot in there.
Okay.
And stuck with it.
Yeah.
And now I've been there for 11 years with the same client.
11 years with the same client. That's significant in this game, bro.
Right. Yeah, so that's kind of like my background there. Yeah, so I'm the team leader of our group, and I was the head of our communications program for a while. So I'm kind of nerd out about the radios and two-way communications and all that stuff.
He's the radio guy.
Right.
We all know this is a special guy. I'm not the radio guy. I'm make it work. Buy me a new one. What's going on with this thing, guy? I can troubleshoot. I can field troubleshoot trash. The old stuff. If something goes down, I can pull it out, blow it out, jam stuff through the tubes. Yeah, I mean, like make sure the connecties are good. Lick on the little connecty things, jam it back in there. You know. But anything beyond that, like I'm not your guy.
Well, I'm not.
We're handing arm signals the rest of the day after that.
No, and you know, half of the knowledge is learning how to break things too, right?
Yeah.
Right, and so I gorilla pod things all the time, and that's how I find out things work for me and the rest of our team and stuff like that. So, but I'm not a super techie guy.
Okay.
But I see issues with things, and you know how people in our industry are. We kind of just hyper focus and make things work. You know.
No, that's exactly right. I think that's what a lot of people have been doing is just like making things work. And two, if you're listening to this on the podcast, this episode is going to be, there's going to be a lot of visual content to it. So if you're listening and you're having a tough time understanding kind of what the illustrations and kind of what we're trying to get across visually, pop in on the YouTube channel, pop in on the IG channel. I'm going to make a lot of video content out of this so you guys can see it. And or go to my website, byronrodgers.com. Shameless plug. It's my podcast. I get to do that. And actually, I let everybody plug all over the place. I don't care. But there's going to be video blogs going up on our website, Executive Protection Lifestyle, my website, byronrodgers.com. And then what's your guys' website?
So our website is www.n-ear.pro.
N-ear as in November-EAR Echo Alpha Romeo.pro. That's where it's going to be, man. You guys are going to find this content. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so just real quick, I saw issues, just back to the background thing, I saw issues with communication stuff that I work with in the industry. Been through pretty much every reasonable priced earpiece. Yeah. And I saw a post on LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is amazing for this industry in so many ways. It was a brochure about the Stealth 360. It was posted by one of the founders, Mass. Okay. And it looked a lot like a previous kit that I've destroyed. I went through 3 of that kit in a year.
3 in 1 year.
Yeah. I love the concept of the low-vis and the dual ear and everything, but I kept breaking it. And so when I saw that post, I wrote him, and I saw he was Danish. I hit him up and I said, hey, that looks awfully a lot like this other one, our competitor. Back then I was just a user of kits, and he said, no, this is a lot better, giving me the spiel. And he says, as a matter of fact, I'll be in your area in a couple weeks. I'd be happy to sit down and demo it for you. Yeah. The owner of the company. Yeah. So I was like, these are vendors. Right, that's pretty customer service on a whole nother level. So
yeah, either that or you're like the company. Either that or you're like not even on the map yet. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. I'm just this user. You know, that's it. So yeah, we met. He showed me the kit, and I was excited about it. I could already tell just from handling it that it was a lot better quality than that I would have worked with before. Yeah. And a couple weeks went by, and after using it, and I use earpieces probably 40, 45 hours a week. Yeah. Roughly.
And that's kind of the best thing about this is you're not listening to any salespeople talk about this product. You're listening to 2 guys who work in the industry that rock this trash on a regular basis, daily basis, weekly basis, hourly basis. Yeah, I mean, like I spend more time with my gear than I do with my wife. That's what you need to know about this, okay? You're good to go.
That's a very good way of putting it.
Right? True. So I'm not going to sit here and put my reputation on trash, or something that I can pretty much guarantee you is, and the Executive Protection Lifestyle brand is not gonna is not gonna be put on no trash. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Just test me in this, prove me in this.
Right, and so that's what I did. I same philosophy, man. So I was rocking this, and not only was it durable, and I could feel it was so much more comfortable than anything I'd worked with previously. Yeah. And
that was one of the first things I noticed too, bro. Right. Like I'm just gonna piggyback on some of the stuff as you touch on it, but when I picked it up and because I saw it and I was like, this is too small. I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna breathe wrong and this thing's gonna snap. I'm an infantry marine, homie. We can break ball bearings. Yeah, I mean, like you give us anything, leave the room, come back, it's broken. And so.
And you guys are proud of that too. So I believe you.
This is how we get down. It's just can it survive? And you gave this to me, and to be entirely honest, when I first started working it, I didn't have this cool little pouch that I have now for it. Right. So I would get done with work. and take it off and like jam it in my bag, like kind of purposefully, just to see like, and then the nipple's gonna come off and like this is gonna, you know what I mean, like. Yeah. And it is literally nothing has happened to it.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that because that was one of my things too. Is I want
these
this
little parts.
Yeah, they're teeny parts, right?
Right.
And so rocking it like you said, it's durable, man, and it's super comfortable. I wore it for like 45 minutes and forgot I was wearing it.
Yep, 100%.
And it's super low vis. Was never really the intention for me. I do like the fact that you don't stick out like a sore thumb, but everywhere we go, unfortunately, we look like the bodyguard, the guy that like we do.
You're a couple levels larger than most of the people around, so everyone's kind of like inherently like,
right. Like, so I'm not trying to hide from anybody, but rocking this old school bad boy right here. I'm sure everyone knows.
Yeah, the clear tube with the piggy tail on it. It screams, "I am operating. I'm special." Like, and some clients don't want that, Right. I mean, do we want to go into the differences between those two, or do you want to keep demoing this?
Well, you're absolutely right. So it's I'd like to point out a couple of the reasons why it's so comfortable and so durable. So I'll jump into durability first. So we have two different models. We have the mono and we have the stereo, not stereo, dual. Sorry, it's
this is the Stealth 360 right here.
Stealth 360. It's made with a material called Technora. So we all know that...
It's technical.
That it is very technical. So we all know that cables are susceptible to breaking. I mean, we all have our iPhone cables that fall apart all the time. It's like the number one killer is something coming apart. So the conductive wire here from the connector all the way up to the actual speakers is made with Technora. It's a material that they use on the Mars rover. And it's basically conductive paracord.
So this is Space Force technology.
Oh, straight up. Like
Space Force, y'all.
Yeah. No, it is. When the guy told me about it, I was like, wow, okay, so I knew this. Without knowing the price point, I knew this was going to be expensive.
Yeah, you're already like, okay.
Right. But, so it's time and a half stronger than Kevlar, actually.
Really?
Yeah, which is amazing. Because when you feel it, it doesn't feel like something that's...
In case you need that.
I appreciate it. Oh. When you feel it, it doesn't feel like something that's going to be stronger than 550 cord or anything like that, right? So, so moving up to the top right here, these little ear speaker thingies, they're made of Kevlar. They're Kevlar reinforced.
You can hit this camera too.
Right, this one right on here too, yep. And as you can see, it's very thin, and the reason why they're lasting so long with us and the quality is so top notch. There you go.
I don't know if we can get some light on that.
There you go. It's because this is Kevlar reinforced. Yeah. You see up there. So, and they needed that to be something super strong as well because with something that narrow
and small,
right? You need it to work. Like you said, you could have it on your kit, on your loadout or whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
And throw it in the back of your truck, and it should last.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean that kind of like it kept its shape, and it fits to my ear perfectly. Right. Like there's no more of that like with the pigtail joint. You know what I mean? Right. Like we all know it. You got the pigtail, just so you guys can get a visual comparison here. Okay, that's evolution in technology. That's what that is. Yeah. That's evolution in technology. Your average pigtail, you got to put it in your ear. This thing, the tube, doesn't maintain any kind of like structural integrity. So you spend a few minutes, you got to figure out where on your shirt you're going to situate the pigtail thing to pull the tension on the thing. You know what I mean? Like you're listening to sound that goes through a tube up into your ear. Do you guys have earbuds where you listen to sound that goes through a tube up into your ear? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't, because that's old technology. That's why everything you use ever on a daily basis, there's a speaker in your actual ear bringing you sound quality. And like immediately I noticed like that difference. And the way these are made, like, because I have small ears, believe it or not, right? So, like,
So do I.
those things, like, I Jimmy rig mine actually in the front because it's the only way it keeps enough tension.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how I roll with mine. And I actually learned tricks, like I put a paper clip in that.
Yeah.
Like, I take the head off and I'd fish a paper clip in and then bend it around my ear.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, dude, it's like
that's some MacGyver stuff
some
right there.
salt dog stuff,
Right,
man.
right,
And when
right.
you're living in your gear, you figure it out. The in-ear, the Stealth 360, absolutely no need to do that whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
And on your other point, I hate saying this because it sounds so cliche, but it's 100% true. I forget they're in my ear.
No, it's when I've told that to people, I hate to sound like this sales guy or anything like that because
Right.
I'm not. I'm an EP dude
Yeah.
that wants to help the community. You know?
Same here.
You know, and it's my number one selling point. You know, I mean, you're right. I mean, this used to kill me. Ear fatigue is a real thing, and that goes to say, you know, when I was working some ops wearing this thing. I'd end up taking it out of my ear sometimes just because it was so uncomfortable over time. I have small ears as well, and even the small that's on this thing it wasn't small enough, I felt. So what I actually ended up doing is I boiled it and put a rubber band, and I actually ended up... so I boiled it, and then that worked, right? But, you know, anything, you know, over time is going to wear out again.
Give up its shape again.
But the number one thing that I really don't like about this old school technology right here is condensation. You know, that little water bubble you get built up in here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, you know, if you don't have that compressed air can, clearing this thing out, you know, it could be crucial, you know, on an op, and we don't carry office supplies with us, you know?
Yeah, right.
Right, so, like you're saying, putting the speaker in the ear has definitely been the game changer.
Right, and also... no more itchy little like ear nipple in your ear that you have to take out every little while because it's annoying you.
Right.
You also don't have to give up hearing in your ear. So like the way you guys designed this one here, like the Stealth 360, like I can hear all the ambient sound around me all day long. I can have a conversation with you right now, like nothing, and I have. You know what I mean? When I have my gear in, it makes no difference whatsoever.
Right.
And that for me was huge because situational awareness for us 100%. Professionals is 100. Like that's 100% what we need to have at all times. So being able to hear my client, not having to put my ear to a certain side in order to hear them, you know, not having to like, you know, manage my like the scope of my hearing in my environment, dude, that's a game that can be a game changer.
Right.
And do any of us have good hearing anyways? Like,
no.
I'm half deaf in one ear from my rack.
Yeah.
Like, from just being a Marine, you know what I mean? So, that for me was like in terms of being able to deliver more situational awareness when I'm out on an op and have more ambient sound, that's been something I've loved.
No, you're spot on. I mean, the situational awareness thing, I think, is a huge thing for all of us. And I'll show you guys how that actually works. So I didn't design it. And I wish I could take credit for something like this, but it's genius. It's the guys back in Denmark, Mads and Jesper.
Yeah.
They have this little spoked thing. I don't know if you could see it. If you look on the website, you'll be able to see a better image of it. But it's basically this little spoke thing. There you go. Just like that. Mm-hmm. I'll show that to you right here. This little spoke thing. And that allows the ambient sound to go through. And it also offers retention so that you don't have to keep pulling on it or adjusting it, you know. So that goes in the ear hole and gets, you know, just basically holds it there in place. So the speaker right here is pretty much where all the money is for the Stealth 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound quality is really good.
Nanotechnology.
Yeah, exactly. It's nanotechnology, right? Well, also where I like this, and this just goes to show you that these guys aren't just out for the money, because, you know, with any other kit that I've had, if something breaks from top to bottom, you have to replace the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right, and so we do offer a 2-year warranty on the actual Stealth 360. The wires are not covered by that, but they are so durable that, you know, that's not going to be a problem, right? But if you do have, you know, because we do offer different colors, and if you want to get a mono cable at some point,
the single cable.
Exactly. Yep. That's this.
For you non-techie persons out there.
Exactly.
I literally figured out what it was like about a day or two ago.
Yep. It's mono and dual.
Yep.
Dual. Yeah. So we got this right here. So What I like about this is, say you want to change out the color of your cable, or you want to replace it with another one, or switch over to mono, this pops right off. And when Byron says he was worried about breaking something in the back of his truck, I mean, that's what we're talking. That little teeny connector right there.
Yeah.
And I guess this was in the owner, he told me, or Mass, he told me that there's a machine in Switzerland that does this like 20,000 times.
Oh, yeah, because they're stress testing it.
Yeah, and no problems. I mean, if you could do that, I've done it 3 times just to show people, right? So if he does it 20,000 times, I know it's going to last forever. So,
yeah. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so because this is such a durable...
Wait, hold up.
Right.
2-year warranty. Just let that sink in real quick. How many products do you got a 2-year warranty, like a technical product like this?
Well, that's
do
confidence.
Yeah, exactly. That's confidence, and that's buy-in. That's the company being like, yo, we're going to be on this journey with you for the next 2 years, standing behind our product. That's huge. That's really huge. I believe the competition out there, rumor has it, you guys check your numbers, but I think they offer, what was it, like a 3-month, 2-month, 3-month, 4?
Last I checked, when I killed all 3, was like on the 95th day of a 90-day warranty. So
Yeah. They got the timing just right on that one. They just knew you'd get about 90 days out of that.
No, it was awful. And then they came up with this program saying if you were beyond the 90-day, you could pay $50 and you could send it in and they'd fix it for you.
So the fact that they came up with a program in order to monetize those issues tells you that within the algorithm of their business, there was a need there that needed to be answered, which means trash was breaking after 90 days.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want
to. Just considerations.
Yeah, I don't want us to capitalize on.
That's what it looks
that,
like.
but-
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to name any names, just for the sake. I mean,
For the record, I have not ran that gear, so I'm just talking about from just the outside looking in. But this gear, I have ran, and I love this gear. And a company that's going to kick it with me for 2 years, that's skin in the game. That's what I'm going to say.
hopefully longer.
Yeah.
So on top of it, being such durable materials that we're using here, in order to have that thin, stealthy look, I mean, that's another pro that we're having with this. So the situation awareness is great. The 360, that's why they call it the Stealth 360, because it's, a little bit more low pro than most earpieces, and you have that situational awareness still. So
Absolutely.
and that's what we're rocking right here. I mean, I'm wearing mine right now just to kind of show you. That's my mono right here.
Right. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about this, because the entire time I've been talking with you, I've been wearing my dual ham sandwiches.
Yep.
360 ham sandwiches, and look at me. If you guys on the podcast take a second, go over to YouTube or go to my Instagram page, you're gonna see pictures of me on this, rocking this gear. And from the front, I've got one in each ear right now, and it's small. You know what I mean?
It needs to be cinched up in the back. Actually.
Yeah, in the back it's a little bit loose, but as you can see, that's all you're gonna get is that little tiny wire.
Actually, I'll probably put this on real quick so they can see how this works for us. How it works.
Yeah, man.
So with the mono that we offer, it's a coil.
Yeah, I've got my mono right
Yeah,
here.
just like this. Yeah, so it's a coil system, just like the classic ear tube. Here for retention, right? But for our dual model.
Except it's much smaller and it's flesh tone. And these people are, and this company is, how do I want to say this? They've got both black and white people covered. Good to go. We got our own color right on it. No, I'm just saying they got brown and they've got tan, which I don't know how many times you've seen the brown tubes. I actually eventually found one of those brown old school tubes, but they've got different skin complexions.
I'd love to blame social justice, but I think capitalism right there was the best.
Yeah, the best culprit.
Hey, we got to sell them to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Green is the only color, right?
Yeah. Dark green, light green.
Exactly. So we got the dual right here, and the way this works is you just pop them right in there, and then on the back, basically, I don't know if you can see that right there, I cinch it up, just like that, and it just sits right in there.
Perfect.
See?
Yeah, no, I can see it. I don't know if the camera can get to it.
Yeah, let me get in there. I can see down. There's a camera down here too, so I'm gonna look at that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tuck that in.
I don't have mine cinched up in the back. I'm popping through.
Let's see here. You got it. Another thing I like about this, if you want to go a little bit more low pro, we use the word covert in Denmark and different English-speaking countries. Covert is kind of used differently, but covert to me is that is the one that sticks all the way in the ear, the wireless one and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that this is a low profile.
Low pro option.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can see,
Yeah, I mean that's like. No, not very many civilians are going to notice that.
Right, and the dual actually is like 16 decibels louder. So if you're working in a loud noise environment or concerts or
venues,
all that kind of stuff, event security, this is a great option. We have these different tips. So Byron was talking about the ambient sound. So we have a solution for louder environments. So we have that spoke right here, and that just pops off.
It's like a little skirt.
It just comes right off. And you pop on this mushroom thingy looking thing. And
that blocks out the sound for
completely
venues, louder venues.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up again. I think this is a good background right here so you can just see what it looks like. It's it really does block off the sound. I mean, I've gone onto the range with this thing.
Really?
Well, it's not a 33 decibel type earplug, you know, but it's been good enough for me to wear and be able to crack off a couple of rounds, doing some drills, and be fine with it. And because they're so comfortable, that's another thing. I can wear them underneath my ear pro.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And when we got this, these spoked wheel thingies, I can rock my. I'm sure you have the Pelcor type M3, the ones that block off the sound when you shoot. Right. So I can wear this comfortably. And there's no gap in there whatsoever, and I can rock this with my full-blown earmuff thingies.
Awesome.
Yeah. So these tips, I just come off, just pull them straight off. Another thing I wanted to show to you guys real quick.
Yeah.
Is the fact. I'm just going to use this brown one right here. On the, I'm just going to pop that off so you can see here. Inside there is a little tiny filter. Yeah. I don't even know if I had time to show you this when I gave it to the kid.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. It comes with like 4 of these little sticks inside the kit. It's right here.
I got a bunch of them right here.
You got a bunch of them right there? Oh, perfect.
Scare the crap out of me though because it's so small.
You're right. I know nanotechnology comes with big problems, right? So let's see here. So we got.
We also have this one if.
Yeah.
I don't know if the lighting's good on that, but.
Like right here, I'll do this right here. So when you're done using, I just popped this off for the sake of demonstrating this easier, but when this gets clogged up, I've used mine for 18 months now, not had a single issue with mine, never had to replace the filter.
Okay.
But it's for wax buildup, earwax buildup.
Okay.
When that day comes, if something gets in there, you just take this little tip right here, pop it right in, comes right out, and you flip this around, and boom, you put in the new filter on there.
You owe me a filter. No,
I got hundreds of them, man.
So that's what's up.
So yeah, so that's really great. Like I said, but within 18 months, I haven't had to change one yet. So
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, what else would you like to get into?
I mean, and then obviously you've got the dual connectors down here at the bottom.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We're all familiar with the usual. All right, so you've got the pigtail, and then you've got the wire that comes down from the pigtail, and then you've got there's a few failure points on your pigtail, right? Like there's where the plastic tube goes into the base and then clips onto your neck. That can come unclipped during your op. Then all of a sudden you don't hear anything for a while, and you're like, yo, what's going on? Like, is nobody hearing me? Why is no one hearing me? Because this little piece right here has come unconnected, right? And you guys all know that this little piece right here is small, and it's finicky, and it happens, and you end up having to figure it out, pull your wire up, fix it real quick while you're like driving chase or doing something stupid, because it's only going to happen at the worst time ever. And
not only that, but I mean, we've all seen the guys wearing these. underneath their sports coats or jackets or whatever, just digging into their back. It's a big old bulge in the back.
Big bulge in the back.
Yeah, so...
And with this, one of the things that I instantly really appreciated was their dual prong here is like heavy duty, man. Like it's bigger, it's way more durable. The wires are encapsulated in like rope. Like what is this? It's like
they're called braided cable, so it's a braided fiber cable.
Yeah.
And basically turns your, I wouldn't say 550 cord, but I wouldn't go swinging off a building. But maybe my wife could. I don't know.
Yeah, like I could probably use that to choke someone to death.
Oh, for sure.
If I was into something like that, you know what I mean? Like weapon of opportunity, strength, cables. But no, you're like, you buy a nicer pair of like a plug-in for your wire for your iPhone, or a nicer pair of cables. They come out with these ones that are braided inside of, like a rope type of 550 type of material. That's what you've got for over half of the wires on the system. Right. And so it's 100 times more. It just is stronger.
Right.
And the dual prongs that go into the base of the earpiece are, would you say those things were like military grade?
Yeah, exactly. So, good call. I guess you know it when you see it, right? So there were some things that I just wanted to touch on in regards to the connector.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were using the standard 2-prong connector that would click into here.
On the
old school set, all of the different competitors, when it came to their 2 wires and their 3-wire surveillance kits or whatever, they plugged right into here with a little 2-pin thing.
Yeah.
The problem with that was that there was no industry standard on the diameter, and so we would sell kit to people and they wouldn't fit properly. You would have to really gorilla pod in there, and people feel uneasy about that kind of stuff. Eventually they make it work, but there were some complications with that. So we kind of phased those out over time.
Yeah.
Like I said, the guys that have them now, I mean, they're great. I wear them for 3 of my kits, but there was one aftermarket cheapo one. So all the Motorola ones worked just fine.
Okay.
But one cheapo one that I got on like Alibaba or something like that didn't work out. Unfortunately, some guys are wearing those. So we ended up moving over to this snap connector.
Yeah.
And the snap connectors are awesome because we're not the only company making them. This is not proprietary.
Good.
Yeah.
That means there's some more versatility. There's more applications.
Exactly. Well, I had a guy call me the other day saying, "Hey, man, I want to order a bunch of this and that, and I have some questions about the kit." We have this weird, funky radio I never heard of before, but we have a connector for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
the options for radio coverage in terms of models and all that trash, you guys have a pretty good span on.
Exactly, but because of his rare radio, we were about 2 months out. I've never heard of this radio before. Yeah. So I told him, look, I'd be happy to sell you the earpiece.
Yeah.
We could get that rolling for you, but you can go to prime.com or any of the other guys that are making earpiece stuff and radio stuff and just order it with a snap connector, because Nexus, who makes these right there, boom, the snap connector that's a separate company, and you don't have to buy the kit on our website, but it makes sense to, because you're going to get everything at the same time. We have a good deal.
From the source.
Yeah, and it was great to be able to offer an option for people, so we weren't just selling them the earpiece and then they had to figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go on the website, you can see all the connectors for all the radios, and there's pictures too for guys like me who don't know what an M5 connector is.
Yeah,
or whatever,
that and me.
Right, and so we were able to offer a full kit for anybody with a 1-wire system or a 2-wire surveillance kit like this. Comes with a nice little P2T mic, pretty standard kit. I mean, we're not the ones making these. We are in a partnership with someone, but it's still good. I haven't had any issues. I've been rocking it for a while.
Those are clutch. Those have always worked.
I really like it, but all the money is in the earpiece.
Yeah.
This kit is great. It's very standard. I mean, bigger parts, right, and everything. But the kit's the expensive part.
Yeah, but I like the durability that you guys have, at least with the ones that you guys are getting on those, man.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say would be any weaknesses that are in this system? Because I mean, other than the fact that like it's really small pieces, like what would you say are the vulnerabilities that you'd want people to know about?
I haven't seen a vulnerability yet.
Yeah.
I have, however, Heard comments on some cons.
Okay.
Like the price point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guys have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Anything Danish design, Scandinavian design, you're paying for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quality. So with this kit, it's $199 for the mono on the Stealth 360, and for the dual, the one I'm wearing.
The one I'm wearing.
Yep, is $299. Like I said, the money's in the speaker. So that's one thing, that the price is tough for some people.
Yeah.
I usually tell people, look, whip out your $300 Emerson knife or, Benchmade or whatever.
Yeah.
I wear this every day. I use my knife maybe once or twice a week, opening layers.
Yeah.
So, just food for thought.
That's a lot of knife usage.
Right.
Like for me, with regards to the price, this is honestly how I look at it. Like, if you're new in the game, no shame in your game, and you don't have the cash to be shelling this much out on some gear, I get it. But the reality of the situation is, in my opinion, when I see guys and I see the gear that they have, like, I'm going to know a lot about you and your work product based on what you come to work the gig with. The versatility of your equipment, how well you know your equipment, the equipment you bring is going to tell me how serious you are about your craft. And if I see that you have the top of the line trash and you're there to work and you're serious, you're going to be the guy that I'm going to call back. My client's going to get the best because your work product's going to be top of the line. And that just tells me, like, how much buy-in you have on yourself and your stuff. Do you go cheap on your gun? You know what I mean? Like, do you go cheap on your medical equipment? Do you go cheap on... So, like, what we do is serious. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, people are paying us to protect them, and people are paying us to, like, do a service that, like, I don't really think it's wise to go cheap on any of our equipment. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause the problem we're trying to solve right now is communication, and communication is the lifeblood of any operation, like, period. So you missing instructions, not hearing something because you have one of your ears blocked off, any of those types of small mistakes that can happen, like, that trash is absolutely unacceptable. Because in our line of work, like, okay, fine, you look like an idiot to the client because you made a stupid mistake. Is that acceptable? Soft skills get you paid, homie. You might just never come back. You know what I mean? Like, you might, you lose the faith of the guys in your detail or your client. You might not come back. You might not get a call back. You know what I mean? And so to me, when I see a guy with a good flashlight, that he dropped some cash on that flashlight for something that he can depend on. I see a guy with good holsters, good gear, and it's fitted on his body. He knows where he's putting everything. To me, that's an agent. That's an executive protection agent I can trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Drop some cash, get yourself good gear, and represent your personal brand. Because remember, we've done the brand talk. You represent at least 3 brands when you walk in there. You represent your personal brand, your personal integrity, your personal name. You represent your company's brand, your company's integrity, your company's quality, your company's name, and then you represent your client's brand, your client's integrity, your client's name. So when you're out there operating, all of those people's names are on you, the way you look, and the way you operate. And if you make those 3 different brands look good, you're going to stay in this game a lot longer.
It ain't happening with this thing, I tell
It
you.
ain't happening
all
with
the stuff you said right there is spot on.
I should have done some research to see when they started using those things, and just to know how old the technology is.
Well, you said it the other day. You were saying, cell phone technology is excelled, everything's excelled, but then we're still rocking these 30-year-old earpieces, right?
Yeah, at least exponentially, man. Like, there's no other ear gear you use where you're like, the speaker's not actually in your ear, you're not actually having stereo quality sound, and it's acceptable.
No, yeah, that's like exactly my motivation for doing this with the Danish guys. I saw something that works. A huge question mark has been filled for me.
Yeah.
When I started wearing this, I was like, you know what? This is it. I'd love to be a part of this because I think it's going to take off, and I'd love to make this the industry standard. That's my personal goal right now. That's my driving, motivating factor right there.
That honestly for me is the same thing because I've now used this and I've now benefited from it, and now it's kind of like, dude, you're not cooking with tartar sauce yet until you have yourself one of these kits. This is one of those, like, kind of separating the guys that are taking this seriously from the guys that have, like, not tapped into this part of the game yet.
Right. Yeah. So one other con that I've heard a couple guys talk about. It's not a lot, but I've worked with a bunch of guys on the Worthies, and some of my colleagues are demoing for me, and I just want some feedback on it. No pun intended.
Right.
And one guy had mentioned that he thought it sounded a little tinny. For the first couple of weeks, I kind of agreed, only because the sound quality is so good. You know, going from this old piece of kit right here to this, was changed. So I had to change from. It's like any of the guys that went from analog radios to digital radios.
Yeah, they're
it's like we had to change that up. So it can sound a little tinny in the beginning because there's less bass. But with me, it took a couple weeks, and I was completely adjusted. For him, it took a little longer. But a few weeks ago, he came to me and he said, "Oh, you know what? That tinny sound, I'm completely used to it now."
Yeah.
And it's not a problem for me. I actually really like this thing, and he I think he was alluding to wanting to maybe hold on to it for a little bit longer, right? I appreciate his opinion about things because he wears kits a lot,
Okay,
so.
that's what's up.
Yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention already, real quick, was the other connector that we offer is this 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah.
And that is for a lot of the law enforcement guys that are wearing the big old PTT mic.
Okay.
The one that comes with the coil and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that just plugs
That
right
like
into
over the shoulder one that law enforcement guys rock.
Exactly.
The handheld mic.
I mean, for cops, this is going to be a game changer.
Absolutely.
12-hour shifts. Ear fatigue.
Right.
All that stuff. Not looking so militaristic. Trying to be a little bit more with the community. This 3.5 just plugs right into the PTT mic, and you're ready to go.
Okay, and that's going to be 100 times more comfortable.
Right.
Is there, let's see, I had another question I was going to, here's a question that I don't know if you're ready for. Dude, I'm into the Zillow stuff, and I'm into the Bluetooth stuff, and I know a lot of you radio guys don't like it. But are you guys going to come up with a Bluetooth, like some kind of compatibility so I can get my Zillow game on with this?
Well, you didn't hear it from me.
Okay.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. I did get the okay.
Yeah, boy!
To just give it a little sneak peek out there.
Okay.
Besides launching this Stealth 260 here in a little bit when we're done with these questions, I did get the green light to just say that we have a Stealth wireless coming out.
Boom, baby. That is what's up.
Yeah, I will leave it up to the imagination.
Yeah, because here's the thing, guys. Like, all right, so for me, you guys know, you guys that follow me know I like to rock my Bose headphones, you know what I mean? When I'm rocking my Zillow, my Bluetooth push-to-talk, that whole setup is like the most low proest of the setups that I rock, right? But even the Bose headphones, it still looks kind of surveillance kitty, and it's still like, it's just bigger and it's more overt than this kit is, as you can see if you're looking at me on YouTube, right? So when I'm or on Instagram, when I'm rocking these Bose, it's still kind of like, okay, well, this guy's got like some kind of earpiece in, he's probably security. If I could rock this on a Bluetooth deal, running it through my phone and the data and all that stuff, and I have a great radio. I've got an awesome Itinerary. I rock like a Itinerary X1P. It's sleek, it's thin, it's a little thicker than my cell phone, all kinds of channels, digital, whatever. But being able to have no limitations on my comm game, except for maybe a little bit of a lag, from the push to talk button and the Bluetooth stuff, that for me would be the ultimate kind of way to work in the comm. So
no,
that's huge, man.
A lot of people are asking about it because what we got going on right now.
It's like dots on guns. It's just going that way,
right? Yeah, dots on guns.
This is happening now. It's just happening.
Yep, exactly. That's funny. We. A lot of people were asking about the cell phone stuff because I personally I use a lot of the ROIP systems, Zillow, a lot of the different ones. It's just better when you're working maybe in a foreign country or something like that. You don't want
not allowed to bring radios in sometimes.
Right, exactly. You don't want to set off a bunch of bells and whistles and you're going through immigration there, right?
Why do you have radios?
Exactly.
Because I have radios.
Right, exactly. So the bad news is with these speakers, because they are such top quality type speakers, using them with your cell phone. Your cell phone is not putting out enough power to drive these speakers properly. Now you can hear it, and if you're at home in your bedroom or whatever, you can hear sound just fine. But I would never recommend using our kit for cell phones at the moment, because there's no cell phone right now that's putting out the right power. Wattage. Yeah, exactly. And the two-way radios are set up for that. Okay. And so that's one thing.
You guys got to do some tech voodoo on some stuff before it really hits.
Yeah, it's like, where do you get? I mean, me personally, I am a wired type of guy. I trust it more than anything else. Yeah. Okay. And it's maybe because I'm old school or whatever. I've always felt like Bluetooth technology is awesome, but I feel like it hasn't been there yet. The
dependability can be a little iffy.
Exactly. I feel like it's not caught up to my needs yet.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there.
But so whatever the guys got working on, like I said, I can't really. We don't have any pictures of it or anything.
But there's something out there.
There's something that's coming out.
Frankenstein's like getting worked on right now.
Right, exactly. And we have another line I could give you a little sneak peek on, and that's our Stealth Tactical.
Ooh. Yeah. Stealth Tactical.
Yeah, I know
so
you're
there's stuff coming. Yeah, heck yeah, bro. So there's stuff coming, bro.
There is stuff coming out. Stealth Tactical. I got some pictures. I can't really show you. I'll show you in person. Right. But we're talking stuff that's ear mold stuff that's going to be made for a shooting range.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So.
Winning.
Yeah. Exactly.
So this is evolving. This isn't. You guys are coming out with a lot more on this line, but as a baseline product, this Stealth 360 right here is like it's like a must for the kit for serious guys right now. And I would honestly say if you try it, you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about, and you're gonna be like, okay, done. Couple $100, whatever. Like this is I'm gonna buy 1,000 rounds. For the same amount, the same price, and I'm going to use it. It's going to be gone by the end of the month. Yeah. This right here is going to be part of my kit for God knows how long, at least 2 years, because that's the warranty. So that's what's up.
Well, I'm happy that you're so enthusiastic about it, too, because I'm right there with you, man. I feel the same way. Just real quick also, we don't offer this right now, but this might be an option here pretty soon for those of you who are asked. Some of you guys purchased the 3.5 millimeter jack. Yeah. When you guys wanted to switch over from your big PTT mic over to a 2-wire system, this little adapter right here, you can find them online. I don't remember the exact word for it, but I think it's something we'll be offering pretty soon. You just plug that right into it with the old school 2-prong. So that's a good option.
Oh, it's right like an adapter for the old school jump off.
Exactly.
Too easy.
So what comes in the kit, real quick, with the Stealth 360 is this nice little ear pod holder thing. Yep. And, either the Stealth 360 dual or mono comes in the same one. Comes with a little clip right here for the back of your vest or the back of your shirt. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it comes with that little baggie of... actually, dropped it right down here. Comes in a little baggie of filters and the different ear tips. We offer 3 different ear tips.
Which I now know how to use.
Yep, exactly. So we have the smaller one. There's a bigger one for that wheel. That's both wheel. Yep.
For people that have gigantic ear holes.
Exactly. The ones that don't even really need earpieces. Yeah. But yeah, so there are a couple different sizes and then a couple different the mushroom tip things that block off the sound for loud noise environments. All come in here with the 4 filters. And it's a really nice little setup. I mean,
sweet. Yeah, now I got a couple of these.
Yeah, you got a couple of those. Yeah. So you want me to jump into the 260?
So now, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, just want to make sure you guys understand that you heard it here first. What's about to happen is we're gonna roll out a little something with a little extra stank on it, something that the industry hasn't seen yet. You're gonna get first here at Executive Protection Lifestyle with Byron Rodgers on this show, and I'm excited to be able to debut this product here with my main man Alex.
All right, well, thank you, Byron. I appreciate it. That was a good introduction, right?
Was it? All right.
I liked it.
I'm working on my intros, man. Working on my intros.
Yeah. So, so one of the 2 cons that we were talking about, where one got pretty much solved if you just work through it, the tinny sound. The other one was the price point. The guys in Denmark are aware of that, and so they've been coming up with ways, and they were in think tanks coming up with the best solution for how we can make this work out and so that we could get you guys an earpiece and help make this an industry standard by lowering the price on something similar to it. So so here it is, the Stealth 260.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. The Stealth 260.
The Stealth 260. And
Major differences?
You know what? There are some differences, and believe it or not, I like the differences.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I've actually been wearing this for the last 3 weeks. For those of you that see me wear this, didn't even know that it was a 260. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah. So what they did and what they're going to move forward with the old Stealth 360s, the coil was this long. On the new ones, it's about half the size.
So there's about 4 inches on the old ones. On the new ones, it's like an inch.
Right.
And some change.
Yeah.
But it's still got all the elasticity that you need.
Exactly. Roughly about half of the length of the old coil. And it still has the same, retention and everything like that.
Yeah.
They just figured out that you don't need this. And so it's
functionally.
Exactly. And it's appropriately placed so that it sits above the collar so it doesn't rub against your neck or anything like that.
Perfect.
We just didn't need that much, stretch on the old one. So the 360 are going to start phasing out those. I still like this because I do like the older style. I do like the flexibility that comes with that.
Right.
It doesn't make that big of a difference to me, but I do like this new feature. And all the 360s will be having this short coil as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we're launching this on March 3rd. So we haven't talked about this at any other platform. You can't buy them yet, but you can go on our website.
Yep.
And use your code.
What's that website again?
It's www.n-ear.pro. Yep.
www.november- just the N by itself, ear.pro.
And don't forget to use
and use code Byron,
Boom.
BYRON. And that will get you 10% off. And the proceeds also that come from that will help support the podcast.
Yeah,
we'll make this thing bigger, and we'll make this thing awesomer. And we'll go towards our events that we're going to have that are coming up, where I'm going to have awesome speakers and guests that have come on the show, and we're going to have a good time networking and becoming better protectors. Whether you're a civilian, law enforcement, executive protection agent, this whole brand and these events are going to be all about skills that everyone can benefit from.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wish I had the platform that you have now. I wish I had something like that to listen to when I got into the game back in the day, right? Saved me a lot of time. But on that code that you're talking about, that gives you 10% off. I think it's a great deal. The mono kit for the Stealth 360 is $199. The new Stealth 260 is only $119.
Okay, boom.
So
that's easy.
Yeah, I can. $119 I think is worth it.
Yeah.
If you can't dish out $119, maybe you're not doing the right job.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong.
But
when are those going to become available?
On March 3rd, on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Monday, code's still going to be active. Oh, and this code's not going to be active forever, guys. This is a promotion. That means for an uncomfortably short amount of time, you have to. Yeah, it's like April. It's up. It's coming up. Right. So you got to be able to get your order in before that if you want to benefit from this deal and from helping us out. Right. And that would be much appreciated.
This is a great cause. Like I said, I wish I had something like this. Growing up in the industry,
Yeah, that's the truth, man. It cut light years off my learning curve. I barely made it.
Right, there you go.
Y'all don't know
too,
about
right?
that, but I barely made it. Should have been axed a couple of times, but God, grace of God.
Well, you're probably asking how were we able to do this, right? Or how the guys in Denmark do this? It's $80 retail off. The Stealth 360. So the new
it's $80.
$80 difference.
Considerable.
Right, and I think with their discount, I think that takes off an additional $12 or $13 or something like that.
That's too easy.
Right. So it's almost close to $100, I think, with their discount. Yeah,
that's like second child, where the second child has everything way easier and then they don't appreciate it. That's what's happening right now.
Right, exactly. So what they did is, they had to cut in their, they had to make some cuts and stuff like that. So the speaker that's in here, it's the same type of setup. You take the mushroom head off. Nothing's changed there. It still uses the little filter tips that you have in there also. Even the same type of setup, the speaker is a little bit different. Okay, on these 360, you're going to have a little bit better sound quality, but I'm working events, loud events, quiet events. Wearing this, I honestly could not really hear that big of a difference.
Okay, awesome.
I'm sure if I was listening to like Vivaldi or classical music
at home,
I'd be
like your Mozart in there.
Oh yeah, more cowbell or something.
Right. There'll be some guy behind a keyboard that'll figure it out.
But the guys that invented these are legit sound technicians.
Okay.
So that's the kind of stuff that their focus was.
Yeah.
And I can get into the whole his history on how they even got into this industry, but
awesome.
Just
how'd they get into the industry? You got little cliff notes?
Yeah, I'll explain that here in a second. But after we took this, the speaker is I say more reasonable option.
Okay.
I don't want to say cheap because these guys, they don't do cheap stuff.
Right.
So it's a little bit more reasonable. It has a slight bend. It's still Kevlar. It's still Technora. So you're going to have the same longevity, the same rigid durability, all that stuff. The connector is a little bit different. The connector type, it still pops off. It actually pops off easier, which I like. It clicks right back on.
Looks big.
Yeah.
Bigger and
Exactly, and then the packaging. It doesn't come with this nice little thing anymore. They switched it over to, it comes in this bag. We don't really care too much. Like I said, I don't carry this thing around in my pocket.
Absolutely not.
So it comes in this little bag, and then it comes in this cardboard case.
Okay.
Because once you take it out,
you will throw those away.
Right, exactly. So there's really no need. So that cuts some of the cost. But like I said, same Technora cable, same connectors. We have the snap and we have the 3.5, and then same concept. The sound quality, like I said, I can't hear a difference. But the quality in the sound is supposed to have been not the exact same. Mm-hmm. I'll probably end up wearing this over my 360 for a while, just because I like this little short coil thing. But on the history of it.
Yeah, how'd these guys get into the game? A little backstory.
Yeah, so I got to be careful with what type of agencies I mention here.
Yeah, some agencies.
Yeah, so Mess and Jesper, who are the founders of this company.
Okay.
Sound technician guys, really cool dudes. Don't have a tactical background. Mm-hmm. A few years ago, one of the agencies in Europe had this, back behind the scenes type of competition with sound technicians and who could design the best earpiece, because they didn't like anything on the market.
Okay.
And they wanted something that was reliable, durable, low profile. Mm. And so a bunch of people entered this competition.
Kind of demanding that
Yeah, so this agency asked all these sound technicians to go into the competition, and whoever wins the best design, or whoever comes up with the best design wins, and they win the funding for this agency to buy a bunch of them from them.
Okay.
And so they came up with the best thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so, which I think is great. So for two guys that have sound technician, they have all the techie stuff behind them, and then they just had concepts that they went with, and for this agency to go with this earpiece is huge.
Yeah.
And so it started on a government sector type of level.
Okay. Awesome.
First, and then eventually spread out to the European market.
Yeah.
European law enforcement, security, and when they came out here. They start spreading it a little bit also. A bunch of agencies in North America are using these now.
Yep.
The private sector as well.
And
Bay
Europe,
Area. Europe is
They beat us to it, guys. They got us on this one.
In Europe, it's the industry standard.
Yeah. See. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. It is, and when I see that, it just makes me motivated, because I want us to be on that level.
Yeah.
I can't name the different agencies and departments we've outfitted out there, but it's a lot. It's significant. And like I said, in Canada, we just did a big thing. I can talk about that. I could say that.
Yeah.
CMP bought a bunch, and we got great feedback from them.
Awesome.
If you go on the website, you'll be able to see the review that one of the people wrote. We outfitted their whole unit up there.
Awesome.
A couple hundred of them. It was crazy.
Wow.
And they love it. They love it.
Yeah.
Go on there, read the reviews.
There's literally just not anything to love that I've found about it yet.
Right.
The only thing that bugs me is some of the parts are so small they scare me. But they're like fitted in there, and I haven't been able to get them to fall out or break or do anything weird.
It is scary, man.
Because I got big fingers, I mean?
Right.
And it just, little stuff. But other than, literally don't have anything negative to say about it.
Yeah.
Which I want to have something because it would feel more fair.
No, and please, by all means, like, I'm confident enough at this point, let me know if you see anything. I mean, that's been kind of the deal, right? When I hooked you up, I was like, I need a super user other than me.
Yeah.
I know Byron's doing it. I mean, we're not just talking about it.
Yeah.
We live this life, and
it's more than just a job, you know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle, right?
Boom.
That's exactly right, man.
Yeah, no.
So we've got the 360, which is the deluxe G6. Yeah, I'm saying as my man would say from Tropic Thunder, and we've got the 260, which is the more economical but still high quality.
It's like I would say it's if you said the 650, or I'm assuming we're talking about Gulfstreams or something like that. Yeah. So maybe a 400 or 450.
Okay, good. Yeah,
not a Learjet.
Not a Learjet. No. But still,
this is a Cessna right here. So.
It's over. But
right.
Yeah. So okay.
But so the price point, so is $119, and with your discount, I think it's it comes out to like $105 or something.
Right over $100, yeah.
And then the dual, we also offer a dual version of it.
Awesome.
That is going to be $199.
Yep.
Which is $100 cheaper than the 360.
Yeah.
And so I was going to say we God. Yeah,
you just can't lose with that. I mean, that's like
no.
That's making it make sense financially.
Right. And yeah, exactly. And so also, because we're just bringing this on right now, what will be available on Monday will be this color right here for now, in the 260. We are going to bring in the brown, but it's going to show up a little bit later on this year. Yeah. But so this will be the Stealth 260 will be available in this pink color for us pink people, and then the brown. If you still rocking the brown, hold on to that, and you're gonna have to pocket out a little bit more, but you are getting a better product essentially too. So if you are spending under $80 to get the brown one for now, but it's not money thrown away. I mean, you are definitely getting a better product.
Yeah. And both of them have a 2-year warranty.
Right, so that's a good question also. So with this one, because of the type of speaker that the 360 has, that one has a 2-year warranty. On the new Stealth 260, it has a 1-year warranty.
Okay.
Yeah.
1-year warranty on the 260.
Still beats 90 days.
It beats the trash out of 90 days.
Right. So, and the way this feels, I guarantee you're gonna, it's not gonna be a problem.
It is. Okay, cool. No, that's what's up. I mean, I'm looking at it. It's much more durable than the other trash, the old school trash we were using. So, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, be careful with imitating products out there. I've seen some ones out there.
Yeah.
I've seen guys that have been out in the game for a while also. I'm not going to name any names, but don't make the mistake I did and outfit like a security team from the Middle East with 10 of them. And then when I went by 90 days, I broke the first one. I was like, oh, God, maybe it was just a lemon. Then I went with the second one. Then I went with the third one. And I was like, and that's on my personal security, consulting thing I did.
So you were consulting for a client, for a team out there, that you were like, this is a product. It was not this product. It was not the in-ear product.
Right. This is way before I was messing with in-ear. Yeah. And I didn't even sell them on it. I was working an op with these guys, and they loved it. They saw it on me. They're like, "Oh, that's a great concept," and with their Prada sunglasses and all that stuff.
This is so like the best stuff.
And they're like, "Wow, we got to have it." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'll set you guys up with it," And I did. I didn't hear anything back from them. I don't know if they would probably only use it a couple times because the type of security they were doing. But I feel a little bad about that. But I still stayed in touch with them. They haven't said anything about it. Nothing came up. But I knew I trashed 3 of them.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of taking time out.
Don't make that mistake. Don't be on an op, running. All of a sudden, you're not hearing your team, or a crucial team member is not hearing your comms. Yeah. I'm not trying to sell all EP teams and law enforcement teams on an earpiece, because you and I both know you can run ops without two-way comms.
Yep.
But for the guys that are wearing two-way comms on a regular basis, this is
the bar's been raised.
Right.
This is a new industry standard.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Boom. Do you have anything else on this thing?
No, I'm trying to think. I think I can go on forever. I kind of nerd out about this stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your platform.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I wish I had something like this when I came into the industry.
Man.
Years and years and years ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Listening to a couple of your podcasts now, you have great guests on here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
man.
and I'm listening to it and I'm going, I really hope that there's guys trying to get into the game listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's really great. I like what you're doing for the industry, and we appreciate your time and helping us promote this stuff here.
Man, thanks. It's an honor, man, and
No.
yeah, it's an honor,
Yeah.
and because you know how much I love the game and I love the industry. To be able to do something that's going to make the quality of the life of the guys and the quality of the work product for the guys out there operating all the time go up, and to be one of the guys that can bring it to them, at the forefront of this thing. That's an honor. Yeah, I mean, at least for here in the U.S., that's an honor, man. So I'm glad you came. I'm glad you reached out to me, bro.
Well, you know what? I appreciate the feelings mutual. We're excited about this too. So
yeah, and y'all go to the website n-ear. What is it?
.pro.
Not .com. .pro, and use my code Byron to get your 10% off, and also to help support this brand. We're changing the game up, y'all. Raising the bar, raising standards. I love it. So that's what we got for you here today. You got anything else, Alex?
Thanks for having me on, Byron. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to be here and to be able to do these things, man, for the folks and ladies and gents out there in the game. If you haven't, check out the website. Give us a follow on Instagram on Executive Protection Lifestyle, or on my personal page, Byron_Rodgers, Rodgers with a D. And I'll see y'all on the next. Support us on Patreon. Those of you who have, much love. If you want to get the episodes early, hop on Patreon. I drop them things days, sometimes weeks early, so you can stay ahead of the curve and ahead of the info. And that's another way to support us. So we'll see you guys on the next podcast. And always remember, protector by nature and by trade. Out.
Boom. And to support this podcast, go to executiveprotectionlifestyle.com and contribute to our Patreon account. That Patreon account is what helps me make this podcast possible, contributing to this brand, what we're doing here, making it so that I can bring better guests on, making it so that we can plan more events, and just expand the contribution to the private security industry, and also to making America a safer place by teaching people how to protect themselves and the mindset behind that, the lifestyle behind that. You guys are already killing it. $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever you can do that you know you would probably just lose in the mattress anyway or spend on McDonald's. Hey, you want to put it towards something that's going to good use, put it towards a podcast, and get involved in our Patreon account at executiveprotectionlifestyle.com. And if you want to find me, that's ByronRodgersMotivation.com. Do whatever you can, contribute whatever you can to that Patreon account, because it makes all of these things possible, ladies and gentlemen. So much love. Thank you for making those contributions. You guys rock. We're already doing amazing there, and it's just because of you guys. So thanks once again for those contributions. Boom. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Executive Protection Lifestyle Podcast. This whole entire thing actually just started off as a Facebook group that blew up and is one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing, executive protection Facebook group online. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram and check us out at executiveprotectionlifestyle.com. If you want to find me, that's ByronRodgersMotivation.com, and I'm on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook as well. So until the next podcast, y'all, stay sharp out there. And as I say it, one mind, many weapons. Talk soon. Out.